all bloody foreigners coming to our country, taking up our jobs and this and that. Well, not every bloody foreigner come to the UK to take up jobs. In today's video, I will be talking about some of the immigration laws that most British people are not aware of. I came to find out this when I came to the UK in 2018, and I've been in the UK for 2.5 years, and most of the people that I've met in the UK, lovely people, don't really know about these immigration rules, regulations and laws. I'm married to a British citizen, and we had to go through this process for me to actually get a spouse visa under the UK immigration law. So when I told some of my friends and colleagues about these immigration laws that I'm subjected to, that we're subjected to as people that are married to British citizens, they were shocked. They thought you automatically qualify for British citizenship as long as you're married to a British citizen. Well, as you've seen in the beginning of this video, by no means am I an immigration lawyer or a legal expert. I will be sharing with you my personal experience and taking through some of the requirements that you need to meet for you to actually be in the UK. And hopefully some British people can be aware of what these bloody foreigners actually go through to actually live in the UK with the people they love, the people that they're married to. Every immigration law is different. Please do your own research, as every immigration status will be different to mine. Immigration law that I want to make you aware of is the financial requirement. This is the most serious requirement, and failure to meet this requirement, you cannot even bring your foreign spouse to the UK. So the British law requires for any British citizen bringing their foreign spouse to the UK to meet a financial requirement of £18,600 a year. So you have to be in employment to meet this £18,600 a year, and that is when you can only qualify to bring your foreign spouse to the UK. It's really difficult out there, and most families are forced to be apart because obviously maybe a British, their British spouse cannot meet these requirements, especially now with the COVID-19. People have lost their jobs, but these still stands. And on top of these £18,600, you have to pay NHS. Now, if you don't know about NHS, this is the National Health Surcharge. So in the UK, British citizens are entitled to free medical health care. If you're coming as a partner married to a British citizen, you have to pay the requirement, which is about £1,200. That's just for the immigration health surcharge. So you have to pay that, and on top of that you have to pay the immigration fees, which is about £1,500. That's if you are outside the UK. If you're within the UK, it's £1,050. So get this straight. This is the requirement, and you have to pay. There's non-negotiations, and this is just the first part of the immigration laws in the UK. Well, before I go to the second part, I want to mention that there are people in the UK that come, to seek asylum. Now, these people have got their own immigration laws and rules that they have to abide with. And probably the government might have to pay for their expenses. So it's not every UK person living in the UK that is foreign that benefits from the government funding. Now, if you're like me who's on a spouse visa, you are not entitled to any public funds when you are in the UK. So no public funding. So the only thing you have to do is abide by the rules and also work. That's what's permitted. But before you even come to the UK, you have to pay these costs like immigration surcharge, as well as visa fees, as well as being here. So this is just one of the few things that most people go through that are married to British citizens. So I thought I should make this video in order for some British people to actually understand their own immigration laws, policies and regulations, because most of them were shocked when I mentioned what we go through as people married to British citizens. The second requirement that I want to talk about is the relationship requirement. This is one of the immigration rules and laws that people on spouse visa have to meet. So first of all, you have to show and prove that by no means are you related to your partner. So I do understand about this law, because obviously certain people would want to marry for the sake of coming to the UK. So I do understand the fact that the Home Office had to put this law in place. This law, you have to also prove that you meet this requirement by ensuring that your relationship is ongoing, it's solid, and you've met the partner in person, because obviously there are some arranged marriages where they've never met before and they just say this is the person I'm married to. So you have to prove that you've met your partner in person, and that if you are living apart in the meantime, your relationship is ongoing. So you have to also, prove that you are in contact. So WhatsApp messages, how you keep in touch if you're living apart, and things like that. A third law and requirement that you need to research about is the accommodation requirement. Now, this is part of the law where a British citizen should show that when they're bringing their spouse to the UK, they have accommodation in which they are going to stay. So you can be renting a house, or you can probably be living with your family members, and you have to prove that that house is conducive enough and is able to accommodate everybody around it. So obviously you have to go to the council, ensure that somebody comes and inspects the house, ensure that it can accommodate a certain number of people, because there's a certain number of people that are allowed to live depending on how big the house is. And obviously if you're renting, you have to show that your landlord is in agreement that you're bringing your foreign spouse in. So all these are kind of immigration rules and regulations that you need to meet, and failure to do that, your visa may be turned down, and obviously when it's turned down, you're not allowed to come to the UK. It's so hard to meet this requirement, especially the financial requirement that I talked about, and also the accommodation requirement. The good part about the accommodation requirement is you can live with your family members, and they can just write a letter or something so that the Home Office is aware that the person owning that property allows you to bring your foreign spouse to the UK. Another thing I should mention is the English requirement. So if you come from a country where English is not your first language, or you haven't done any degree whatsoever, you have to take an English test. It will also cost you about £200. You have to take an English test. It can be A1 or B1. Check out my other video on my B1 English test. That's if you don't have a degree taught in English. And these are also the requirements that the Home Office in the UK have put in place for people coming to the UK under the spouse partner route. These are strict rules, regulations and laws in place, and I was so surprised that British people didn't know about these immigration laws. Some of them, they just think as long as you're married to a British citizen, you automatically qualify for British citizenship. So I thought I should make this video, and just so British people can be aware of some of the things that, bloody foreigners go through when they're in the UK. So no public funding. You only have to work. You're allowed to work and study. And you have to meet the financial requirement that I've mentioned, the accommodation requirement, the relationship requirement, as well as the English requirement. So I hope this video has enlightened people in the UK, and just be cautious when you talk to people, because you don't know what people are going through just to be in the UK. So like I said, every immigration status is different. If you're a student, you'll be subjected to a different immigration rule. And if you are a person seeking asylum, obviously you'll be subject to different immigration laws. People like me that just fall in love and want to be with their family, we have to go through these things I've mentioned. So this is UK's immigration rules, regulations and laws and policies that the Home Office have put in place, and this is what people are going through. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So bye, take care, and God bless you.